ups and downs. Those days were over now, and he needed to find a new job as quickly as possible. Right, we're looking for someone who is reliable and handy with tools. Verdeman gave Gerard an appraising look. The work involves minor maintenance and repairs on the interior and exterior, but there's more. This job also comes with certain responsibilities. You would hold the keys to the entire building. After office hours, the building is mostly empty. The doorman goes home in the evening, which means you would act as the guard of the building. We expect the new caretaker to move in here. We had the top floor in mind for that purpose. I understand you're married? Gerard nodded. Excellent. Verdeman nodded. We need to hire someone as soon as possible. I'll show you the building now, and then I would like to make a decision today. He got up. Gerard followed meekly and made the first round of the building where he would eventually stay on as caretaker for 28 years. His family had commissioned the building on No. 2 Vestermarkt, Verdeman said. They'd been a trading family in drinks for generations, and all kinds of spirits were distilled here on their behalf. Verdeman took him to the basement first of all, where the distillery was located. They walked past large copper stills. The air was heavy with the smell of alcohol, and Gerard could smell the sweet aroma of eggnog. The associated offices were on the ground floor, and there was a coffee roasting house on the floor above. There were 4 more floors higher up, where other firms had their offices. During that first tour, Gerard couldn't help but notice considerable activity on each floor. They came across people carrying piles of paperwork in the corridors. They all made their way and greeted them politely when they saw the 2 men coming their way. Verdeman barely noticed them. He marched up all the stairs with great strides, pointed out a few details, the various spaces, the odd window showing cracks, the state of the paintwork. It could do with a lick of paint, but we plan to outsource the major paintworks. Gerard saw that the building wasn't that old and in good condition. The maintenance work wouldn't be too bad, he reckoned. Eventually they arrived at the 6th, top floor. Here, just under the roof, the walls were sloping and the rooms were considerably smaller. This would be your new home, Verdeman said. Gerard inspected the rooms. 2 bedrooms, a living room with a gas heater, a small kitchen with hot and cold running water. It wasn't big, but it had everything he needed. There was even a flat roof, an excellent spot to spend summer days. The roof offered glorious views over the rooftops of Prinsengracht and Keizersgracht and Liljegracht on the other side. Among the trees below was a courtyard where all the gardens of the block of houses came together. The Westertorten Carillon was playing. It had just gone 3 o'clock. Gerard turned around. I'd like to take on the position, he said. Excellent, Verdeman said with a smile. Consider yourself employed again. 2 weeks later, Gerard and Bepp Kremer moved into the stately building. On the side of the building, behind a garage door, was a service entrance with a goods elevator. They used it to carry most of their belongings up. Bepp inspected the rooms. I think the building is very posh, she said. It's just a shame we have to sit right under the roof like a couple of pigeons. Gerard smiled briefly. He knew his wife loved luxury. She enjoyed wearing fancy clothing, smart hats, preferably complemented with a fox fur. It's spacious enough, he said, shrugging his shoulders. And besides, we don't have much choice. We're lucky I've found a job, with living quarters to boot. There's even room for a nursery, in case we need it later. She muttered under her breath and started unpacking moving boxes. I don't know where to put everything, she said flatly. He knew she'd come around. This change wasn't her choice, and she always got a little out of sorts when plans changed. She was also highly sensitive to what others might say about her. At least she now had a husband with a job, a caretaker even, of such a large building. She wouldn't mind telling that to her girlfriends. She wasn't afraid to roll her sleeves up either. Despite her grumbling, she'd already started filling cupboards and moving furniture.